What is the worst thing you have found in your parents' closet? I was like 20, so grandma would have been about 65. She's got a bunch of old lady furniture, so it was mostly her chasing me down the hall and around the coffee table. I'm going to call her and remind her of that day. Grannies like this are some of the best ones. She's totally badass and a little insane, but in the best way. Huge vibrator. How huge we talking? Asking the real questions. Polaroids of their nudes. My naked uncle. Are you saying pictures or your actual uncle? Bruh. CDs of Korean porn. CDs nuts. Nice. A peephole that was pointed at the toilet in the family bathroom. They aren't in my life anymore. Sorry, and I think you won. Came here to post a reply, but no words, bro. That's fucked. When I was little I was in my parents' room and I wasn't supposed to be, but when they came in there I hid in their closet. I found a pair of pink fuzzy handcuffs and thought they would be great to play a game with my brothers, like a cops and robbers game. Needless to say, my brother ended up stuck in the handcuffs and we had to get my mom to help get them off, and they disappeared after that. Didn't realize until I was much older what those were used for. This is hilarious. I can imagine your parents' reaction, but trying to keep it cool in front of you. Somewhat similar, I wrote my wife a pretty graphic note about the naughty things I'd like to do to her and left it on her pillow. Our then 3-year-old daughter apparently found it and ran downstairs excitedly shouting back, quote, "Look at the note daddy wrote for me, mom." My wife had to keep and straight face and play it off in the moment, but was dying inside, much like I imagine your mom when she was unlocking the cuffs. We had to get my mom to help get them off. My mom hired a professional photographer to take photos of my brother's birth. Not newborn photos, but photos of him coming out of her. I found those photos. That would scar me for life. I'm surprised she found one willing to do it. Adoption certificate. Yours? I'm assuming you didn't know we're adopted before that. Went looking for Christmas presents. Found my grandpa's suicide letter. There are no Christmas presidents, only the eternal Christmas tyrant Santa Claus. Edit, sorry about your grandpa. Reminds me of the time my grandpa and I went to this great valley and out of nowhere said, "Sometimes I feel the urge to jump off of something like this," and carried on like he just said, "Oh look, a raven." My mom used to own this pea green jacket. Normally I love the early 90s business lady look, but that color was abominable. Is your mother Darlene Shields? Or Kitty Foreman? A letter from my mother's boss thanking her for a wonderful weekend. My sister found it under a dresser drawer built into the closet. Like she cheated. How old was it they would write letters, lol? Yes, as in she cheated. It was 1993. A bag of evidence relating to my younger sister's murder. I didn't dare open it. The guy who killed her was never charged. I'm so sorry. My dog's ashes about 4 years after they told me he ran away. I found a crusty vibrator when I was around 13. I knew what it was and scrubbed my hands for 20 minutes. Man, you're supposed to scratch the crust off and snort it. It gives you longevity. How do I delete the memory of what I just read? Christmas gifts from Santa. I didn't even realize it. I just thought they were gifts from my parents. And then my mom was like, "Oh, you saw them. There's no Santa." Like, way to go, mom. Hey, I found out when I was 7 and a teacher told us there was no such thing as Santa Claus. My mom was pissed. That was cold. Dad's huge porn stash. And they wonder why I have porn addiction. Oh yeah, big time. books and magazines from the 70s and shit. How would you say did it affect your life? A bad dragon dildo and a huge bottle of lubricant halfway used. At my grandpa's house. He lived alone for the last 40 years. At least I know why he was always so happy. Just I wish I didn't knew. At least he is happy, just don't told anyone outside Reddit. Kudos to you for being familiar with the Bad Dragon line of fantasy sex toys. A rotten ham that was purchased for Thanksgiving dinner, but got misplaced with the Christmas presents and hidden in the back of the closet. I found it a week before Christmas while trying to find the smell. How? Why? What? This was a raw ham. A holiday themed porn movie on VHS. My friend and I decided it would be a good idea to watch it. Within moments of playing the tape, it was obvious to me that my parents had recorded over the tape their own movie. I shut it off as quickly as I could and immediately freaked out at what I saw. My friend, however, begged to watch the tape. I turned away and made her mute the sound. She gave me the play-by afterwards, though, and that's how I found out my parents were swingers. Oh god, I nearly thought I'd found my oldest friend's Reddit account. I laughed hysterically while she cried with her back to the TV. Her parents were not swingers though, thank god. Sorry, yes, love you, but it was really funny. I found my grandma's dildo when I was a kid. I didn't know what it was. I touched it and waved it around. Years later, when she'd guessed that I'd had sex for the first time, she waved a different dildo as she chased me around the house demanding details. She specifically yelled, "Was his dick like this? Huh, was it?" while laughing hysterically. I love her. How old were you when she chased you around the house? And how old was your grandma? Like dang, she's fucking awesome. No grandma, it wasn't 14 and rainbow colored. For most of his life, my dad. So underrated. That must have been a queer sight seeing him stand around in the closet all the time.